Yellowstone is about to return to the Paramount Network for Season 5 and is expected to drop sometime in November. One thing is certain, the Duttons are about to face a slew of new threats. Season 5 of Yellowstone will air on Sunday, November 13th, so stay tuned and don't go away because fans want to know whatever happened to Yellowstone's Dinosaur Bones plot story and other related news. First up, what happened to Casey at the end of Season 4? Let's take a look. At the end of Season 4, Casey, played by actor Luke Grimes, experiences bizarre visions. Casey has been caught up in several storylines, including a dinosaur bone discovery plotline that fans want to be resolved. If you recall, Tate, played by actor Brecken Merrill, and Casey, Tate's father, dug up some dinosaur bones on their land in Season 1. Tate was obsessed with the bones and vowed to protect them. By discovering the bones, Tate was also able to form a bond with his grandfather John, played by screen legend Kevin Costner, who stopped by to check out the prehistoric find. Later in the season, Casey spots a drone hovering above the bones, and a subsequent search of the area revealed a parked car nearby, and Casey's instincts told him that they were likely treasure hunters. The car sped off and escaped the area, but the hunters later returned to Casey's home and practically tore the place apart looking for something. Tate was crushed upon learning that the bones had been stolen, but the storyline trails off and nothing else comes of it. From a literary standpoint, it's never a good idea to have storylines that are essentially pointless and don't go anywhere because it starts to look like time filler. Some keen-eyed fans are now wondering what purpose the storyline served, and if it served no purpose, why was it in there? I suppose that'd be a question for screenwriter and showrunner Taylor Sheridan. Next up, is there a new addition to Beth Dutton's family? Let's take a look. British actress Kelly Riley plays Beth Dutton in the hit series Yellowstone and is currently busy filming Yellowstone's highly anticipated 5th season. Kelly gave her fans a sneak peek of a new family member on Instagram, but it's not a baby boy or girl, it's a horse named Athena. Yellowstone fans were thrilled to get their first look at Kelly's new horse. Kelly announced the latest cast member with a perfect shot of Yellowstone's Montana location from horseback. Athena, the Greek goddess of wisdom, is a sandy-colored horse with a beautiful golden blonde mane. Beth's new friend is a great addition to what's gearing up to be one of the most action-packed seasons yet. Apparently, some of Kelly's co-stars are also thrilled with the arrival of Athena. Kelly's co-star Jen Landon commented on the photo saying, "Athena, both you and the horse." Kelly also confirmed that her character Beth would be spending more time on horseback from now on, a true cowgirl. Kelly said, "We might be getting to see Beth more on a horse this year, which I'm excited about personally because I love all the stuff and the suits and the power stuff, but Kelly, I love being out there in the wild, and I don't very often get a chance as Beth to do any of the cowboy stuff. So this year, she might." Fans who want more romance hope it means more horseback rides with Rip Wheeler, played by Cole Hauser. Other fans who want more action hope the introduction of Athena means they'll see Beth and Rip defending the property on horseback. Oh, and you'll love this. Season 5 is going to be longer than Season 4. Up next, will an old villain from the past return in Season 5? Let's find out. Fan theories are circulating that Malcolm Beck will return from the dead in Yellowstone's upcoming 5th season after being presumed dead. After a major clue was dropped, fans saw the evil Malcolm Beck, played by Neil McDonough, come back from the dead. In Season 2, ranch owner John Dutton finds a new enemy in Malcolm after a business deal goes sour. Fans first saw Malcolm and his brother Teal back in the episode titled Reek of Desperation, and both made it clear that they hated John. Malcolm saw Thomas Rainwater, the head of Broken Rock Indian Reservation, as competition because Thomas wanted to build a casino on the land. Of course, the land belonged to John's Yellowstone Ranch in Paradise Valley, and it was always under constant threat from land developers, casino moguls, and the Broken Rock Reservation. As you can see, John's list of potential enemies is quite long. The land was the largest ranch in the United States, and John flatly refused to give it up because it had been in his family for 7 generations. In other words, hundreds of years. Malcolm plotted against John and Beth to get his greedy hands on the ranch, and things got ugly. In the Season 2 finale, John and his men decided to put an end to the feud once and for all, and ended up shooting Malcolm as he tried to get away. Stay tuned and don't go away because we're about to tell you everything we know about Yellowstone. Next up, what happened in the final scene between John and Malcolm? You're about to find out. In the final scene, John sat with Malcolm for a moment, but then he decided that Malcolm ought to die alone, so he got up and walked away. We don't see Malcolm again, and millions of fans watched him bleed out from his wounds and figured he had died. But now we know that this may not be the case. In a recent interview, actor Neil McDonough said, "Did I die? Did I? I'm not so sure about that. We've talked about the fact that we didn't actually see Malcolm Beck's eyes close. There's always that possibility. My brother won't be coming back for sure, but there is a possibility. I suppose it is possible Malcolm could somehow survive the shooting, and if he did, it's very likely that his return from the dead will turn the Dutton Ranch upside down." Jamie Dutton, played by actor Wes Bentley, had his loyalty tested when he had to kill his biological father, Garrett Randall, played by famed Armageddon actor Will Patton, after he admitted to plotting the deaths of John, Beth, and Casey Dutton. After John, Beth, and Casey were nearly killed, they discovered that Garrett was released from prison and had conspired to wipe out the Duttons. John adopted Jamie as a child, and Garrett wanted his son to benefit from the Duttons' vast fortune. In Season 4, we saw the Duttons band together to defeat a powerful enemy, so hopefully we'll see them come together again to fight Malcolm again if he does come back to stir up some trouble. What do you think? Is Malcolm dead, or is he going to make a comeback? Drop us a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Up next, how did some fans react to Beth falling in love with Rip? In a word, some fans behaved shamefully. Believe it or not, Kelly Riley and Cole Hauser have both revealed that their on-screen romance sparked death threats from certain parts of the Yellowstone fan community. When asked about the fan reactions due to Beth's ruthless nature, Kelly said, "Well, I think they're more just disappointed that I'm not Beth. I think it would go down much better if, I were mean to them or wanted to go tear up a bar with them or something. And then they get me, and it's a bit of a letdown, I think." Kelly said she's blown away by the craze surrounding her character and said that she was walking in an airport once and these two women had Beth Dutton t-shirts on with her famous "I'm a Tornado" line. The fame Riley is receiving from playing Beth is unlike anything she ever imagined, and as we know, a lot of fame can be tough to handle at times. Riley explained, "We're talking about it now because it's fun, but I try to stay grounded. Regardless of the reasons, it's absolutely shameful and frankly disgusting that Riley would ever be subjected to death threats in such a way. There's no excuse for that. Hopefully, she doesn't see any more of that." Finally, which politician from Wyoming did Yellowstone star Kevin Costner publicly endorse? Republican candidate Liz Cheney, the wife of famed Bush Jr.-era politician Dick Cheney, earned an endorsement from Kevin Costner while filming on the set of Yellowstone. Costner wore a t-shirt that read, "I'm for Liz Cheney." Behind Costner, you can see Chief Joseph Ranch in Montana's Bitterroot Mountains, which is the location of the fictional Yellowstone Ranch. Today, Yellowstone is the most watched series of the past 10 years. Politically, Costner describes himself as an independent and says, "I vote for who I think has the best interests of the country and how we sit in the world. I really go back and forth on my votes. The Democratic Party doesn't represent everything that I think, and neither does the Republican Party right now, at all. So I find it too limiting." Seems like a sensible mantra. Costner's endorsement comes as Cheney leads the investigation into the deadly January 6th riots in Washington, D.C., where enraged supporters of disgraced, twice impeached former President Donald Trump stormed the Capitol while Congress was attempting to certify the 2020 presidential election results. That's a wrap for today's video. Thanks for watching.